The following is a production of Fenix Media. The views expressed do not necessarily represent those of the company or its advertisers and may contain language that's unsuitable for younger listeners.
Laugh it up, fuzzball.
I'm about to do to you what Limp Bizkit did to music in the late 90s.
Surely you can't be serious.
I am serious. And don't call me Shirley.
There goes the last DJ.
Gentlemen, I wash my hands of this weirdness.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another brand new episode of the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. It is Thursday, May 20th. We are your daily dose of laughs and levity in a crazy, crazy world. I'm joined by my co-host, the Savage One, Mr. Tony Spark. Tony, how you doing this morning?
Doing great, man. Avs win again, so can't complain. Ready for another fun show, and Florida man today. So a little spoiler alert for the programming, but very excited for today, Fred.
Always looking forward to that. Now the Avs, they've got two more games in the series to win to move on to the next one.
Yep, 14 to go for the Stanley Cup.
Right on. Crossed. Yeah. I have no idea.
Staying optimistic, so.
I have no idea who else is in the playoffs right now. I don't follow hockey that closely. I enjoy going to the games, but not necessarily watching it on TV because at this point in time, there's basketball, there's hockey, there's baseball. There's so many sports to watch on TV.
There is a lot. Well, you being in Nevada too, you're the Golden Knights, the Vegas Golden Knights, they're in there. So they're a tough one for sure. So
I haven't adopted them as my team yet, but it might be worth it. They're in Nevada.
I would if they weren't in the same conference and everything as the Avs. Like if they were in the opposite, like the Eastern Conference, I could get behind them. But since they're in the Western Conference along with the Avs, can't do it,
All right. Fair enough. Well, maybe I'll take on the Golden Knights and then you can be an Avs fan. And then, in the next round when they meet each other, which will probably happen,
we'll clash
head to head.
And they'd be tough ones for sure.
Well, folks, let's go ahead and kick things off the way we do each and every day with a question from our co-host. Now, yesterday was Words Are Hard, but every once in a while we cover idioms. Tony, if I ask you, or if I say, don't bring a knife to a gunfight, what do I mean by that?
That means you better come prepared and be ready to fight because you ain't going to win with what you're bringing.
Exactly. Well, all that goes to say, and hopefully this wasn't in your Florida man stories because I just realized where it's from. But
Florida!
A gun-shaped knife led police to shooting a shoplifting suspect Friday night at the Falls in Kendall, according to the Miami-Dade Police Department. Just before 8:30 p.m., police were called to a possible shoplifting incident near the Macy's store, according to Detective Alvaro Zabaleta. As the subject was walking out of the store, they attempted to detain the individual, and that's when he produced what appeared to be a firearm, Zabaleta said. The shooting was at the exit door of the Macy's on the northwestern side of the shopping mall. You can clearly see that this object looks identical to a firearm, but it was later determined that it was in fact not a firearm, it was a knife, Zabaleta said. Miami-Dade Fire Rescue personnel responded and took the wounded man to Jackson South Medical Center. Zabaleta said his condition was critical but stable. The officer discharged his firearm, striking the subject in the lower extremity, according to Zabaleta. Despite the incident happening so close to one of the mall's exits, the store and the mall was never placed on lockdown. Officers used yellow crime scene tape to block the parking lot outside of the Macy's. The Florida Department of Law Enforcement is investigating. That's weird. It's says is investigation.
Those happen in those Florida man articles. They're most of the time they're pretty good, but there are those poorly written ones. I run into that on the segment sometimes.
It's a legitimate news story, and then there's, errors and typos. What's the editor good for? So in any case, They're investigating because the police officer was involved, but this guy literally brought a gun-shaped knife to, well, a gunfight and obviously lost.
I'm gonna win! It's shaped like a gun, but it's gonna poke you. See, I ain't gonna shoot you. I'm gonna poke you. That's, you know what?
You underestimate my power.
He could win, but he just didn't.
He didn't.
He thought he was going to, he thought, and then at the end he was.
Yeah, when it comes to an officer with an actual gun and a shoplifting suspect with a gun-shaped knife, officer's going to win every time. But
yeah, absolutely. Because they've got tricks up their sleeves, man. They got tasers.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen somebody get tased. Not pretty. Kind of funny, but not pretty. Dude was on meth, man. If only I could share the video of that. Like if I actually recorded a video of what I saw that day.
Oh, that would be great to see. But unfortunately, we can't. What we can see today is, well, today's show. We have a wonderful show lined up for y'all today. Let's talk about today's show.
The third day, all right? Monday, 1 day. Tuesday, 2 day. Wednesday, when? Huh? What day? Thursday. The third day, okay?
It is Thursday, the third day, and as we do on Thursdays, we explore America's penis and the strange things that happen down there. Yes, I'm talking Florida Man. We have a segment called More Hilarious Amazon Reviews. If you were part of that a few weeks ago, you know just how funny they are. And then we close out the day with This Day in History. So, folks, do not go anywhere. We will be right back.
Behold, my precious. Ooh, yeah, let me tell you something right here. It's the Loot Crate subscription box, yeah, full of exclusive loot, fun surprises delivered to your door every month.
Just pick up your favorite geeky genre, Daddy.
From the original Loot Crate, the Loot Crate DX collectible boxes, dude! Cowabunga!
To the Loot Gaming video game box.
Woohoo! Yee-hoo!
Wowzers! With crits starting as low as $11.99 per month, there's a box just about for all collectors.
To get your geek on, head over to phoenixmedia.us/Loot Crate and claim your exclusive offer. That's FENIX.us/Loot Crate. Great Scott!
Snap into a Loot Crate, dig it?
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
What if I told you that a tornado was going to happen tomorrow, right where you live? That it would touch down at exactly 3:17 p.m., and I told you the exact path it would take. You would, of course, prepare. You would talk with your loved ones, and you'd make a plan today. It's true, I can't tell you a tornado will strike tomorrow, but shouldn't you have a plan anyway? Go to ready.gov/communicate and make your emergency plan today. Don't wait. Communicate. Brought to you by FEMA and the Ad Council.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show. We've got a little thing we talk about each show. It is the Fenix Line, our 24-hour-a-day, 7-day-a-week voicemail line, giving you guys the opportunity to chime in on anything whatsoever. Maybe you literally brought a knife to a gunfight. We want to hear about it. Give us a call at 855-FENIX-RADIO. That's 855-FENIX-RDO or 855-336-4973. All we ask is that you keep it entertaining. We'll compile those together, put them out in a future show. Now it is Thursday, and as we do on Thursdays, one of my favorite segments, yes, we explore America's penis and the strange things that happen down there with the segment I like to call Florida Man.
Oh, good for you.
Oh, it's another episode of Florida Man, and this is where we collect all the fun stories of that crazy, crazy state known as Florida. We're going on down to Port St. Lucie. Port St. Lucie, where a man told an officer he may have some needles between his cheeks. He's facing drug possession charges. Cayman Christopher Hollabaugh was arrested and charged with possession of a controlled substance without prescription and possession of drug paraphernalia, according to St. Lucie County Sheriff's Office. According to the affidavit, Hollabaugh was found at the post office at 50 West Midway Road around 3 a.m. on April 23rd after he flashed his high beams at a sergeant. You never do that. When the sergeant checked to see if he was okay, Hollabaugh appeared nervous. He was sweating profusely and had his pants unzipped. The sergeant searched Hollabaugh's car and saw several small white pills fall onto the ground near the driver's door. More pills on the floor mat. The report said he also found an empty orange prescription bottle. The 8 pills were identified as morphine sulfate. During the search, Hollabaugh was acting suspicious and was walking awkwardly. When he stated it was due to a past injury, the report said. Hollabaugh told the sergeant he didn't have a prescription for the pills. He had gotten them from a friend, and he didn't know what they are. That's when Hollabaugh said he may have more items on him. Cayman stated he may have some needles between his cheeks. The sergeant searched Hollabaugh and found a bag of unused needles, but that wasn't all. Cayman also stated they believed there was more pills in his anus and that he wanted to get them out before he got to jail and received additional charges. Hollabaugh moved around a little bit, and a small clear plastic baggie was found near his feet. Inside the baggie were 2 diluted hydromorphine pills and 7 more morphine sulfate pills. Hollabaugh admitted he used the needles to shoot the pills. He was booked into a St. Lucie County jail. Seems like he had a case of the liar. Is that all? No. Even paid parking tickets.
Oh, man, that officer snapping that white glove.
Hello, nurse!
I wonder if it was purely an accident that he flashed the sergeant.
Yeah. He's like putting the needle up his ass. Hey,
Yep.
ow! Whoops.
Hits the high beams, and sure enough, that's what happens.
Yeah. Oh, man. See where we're going next. We're going down to Vero Beach, Florida, where the Florida man was reported for erratic driving. He was found by deputies a short time later in a hotel parking lot wearing some unusual attire. Deputies say Buford Carroll of Vero Beach was in a parked car wearing a white shirt with a hot pink bra underneath. Police said Carroll, he smelled of alcohol. He had a restricted license, was driving a car with plates registered to a different car, and a license was also restricted. The deputy who found Carroll also spoke to the man's girlfriend when the deputy asked why Carroll would be driving outside his restriction. The girlfriend replied, "'Cause he's a dumbass." Carroll was charged with attaching tags not assigned to the car. It's unclear why Carroll was wearing a bra, though police did list descriptions of his 20 tattoos, which include an I-95 sign and the words, "Life of a Struggler," and the Statue of Liberty holding a gun. Dumbass.
Isn't that weird?
Jeez Louise. This is why Florida Man is so fun. You just get so many weird stuff like this. Let's see, where can I actually get this article here? Dang it, some of these articles, sometimes they don't load right away. Sorry. Jordan Anderson, a 29-year-old Florida resident, was arrested Sunday after police allegedly found him shooting hoops in the nude in the Orlando area park. Jordan stated he was working on his basketball skills and he feels playing naked enhances his skill level. Investigators say they asked Anderson to put his clothes back on and he complied. Police charged Anderson with indecent exposure of sexual organs, a misdemeanor, and transported him to a local jail with a bond set at $500. Kids, it doesn't matter if you can slam dunk better. Don't do it naked.
Has the planet gone mad?
Down in Florida, yes, they have.
Maybe it helps with aerodynamics.
Yeah, something, you know. See, my balls, when they're in the court with the other ball, it's just like 3 balls in a court. It's great. So, going to Melbourne, Florida for this one, where a Brevard County man was arrested last Thursday after he threatened to behead police officers, then eat their eyes and tongues. According to Melbourne police, a 50-year-old Ken Freeman got into an argument with another man in front of Dick's Sporting Goods. Mall security told police that Freeman went back to his car and retrieved a large knife with a black handle and a silver blade. Police say Freeman approached the man again and threatened him and then punched him in the chest. As he hit, Freeman held the knife to the other man's ear and said, "I'll cut your effing head off in front of your family," according to the police. Freeman then apologized and got on his knees trying to shake the man's hand. Afterward, the man got into the car and left, but later returned to tell police what happened. According to police, Freeman and the other man were making obscene hand gestures at each other while driving before the incident. Freeman threatened 6 officers, threatening to cut their heads off and eat their eyes and tongues. Well, he was charged with assault with intent to commit a felony or battery.
Way to go, a-hole!
This dude looks methed out of his head, too.
Oh,
man.
I'm sure.
Ooh, definitely.
Either
This
that
one's up.
Bath salts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. He got a little cray-cray on that bath salt craze. Speaking of baths, going to Milton, Florida, Haley Leach has a message for anyone thinking about eating at the Wendy's on Highway 90 in Milton, Florida. Don't. So if you're in Milton, Florida, don't eat at Wendy's. There's a recording of a Snapchat video to her Facebook page that shows a man bathing in the restroom's industrial-sized kitchen sink.
Ooh.
The owner of the restaurant didn't identify the man, but confirmed in the statement that he no longer works at the eatery. We are taking the incident seriously, and it is obviously totally unacceptable. This was a prank by a person who no longer works at this Wendy's. It's clearly he did not use good judgment. We are taking this opportunity to reinforce our very strict quality procedures with our restaurant team. The barefoot man wore nothing but shorts as he climbed into the kitchen sink, much to the delight of the co-workers cheering him on. They laughed as they recorded him in the soapy water. One of the girls asked him how the water felt, and he said, "It's warm." At one point, he asked for a towel. One of the girls then handed him a couple of napkins. Florida's divisions of hotels and restaurants sent investigators to the fast food joint on Wednesday. The restaurant does remain open for business, but only after it passed inspection. The manager was lectured on sanitation, safety, and the urgency of managerial control. This is why you don't let kids manage other kids. And this is why, in this day and age, to do stupid shit like this doesn't fly, because everybody's got to record it and put it on their Snap and their Insta and their Facebook.
And their TikTok.
You're so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Dude, Jerome, jump in the bathtub.
Man, I was in the mood for a Dave's double, but after that, maybe not so much.
Maybe you're in the mood for ass. Because a man has been arrested of suspicion of obscenity after refusing to remove a bumper sticker from his vehicle, reading, "I eat ass." I don't, but the sticker does. Dylan, you never go ass to mouth. Dylan Shane Webb, 23, of Lake City, Florida, has been charged with misdemeanor counts of possession of obscene material and resisting arrest without violence following an incident on Highway 90 on May 5th. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office said a deputy spotted the sticker on the rear window of a brown Chevrolet truck traveling west on the highway. The deputy believed the sticker violated the state statute 847.011, which prohibits the possession of obscene or lewd material, including drawings, pictures, or any other written or printed matter. When the officer confronted Webb about the sticker, the suspect replied that they were just words. The deputy also asked Webb how a parent of a small child would explain the meaning of the graphic sticker if they saw it. Yeah, that'd be kind of tough. Webb replied, well, that's up to the parent. Webb was initially cited with obscenity and handed a notice to appear in court after being asked to remove one of the letters from the sticker to make it less offensive. Webb refused, citing his First Amendment rights. He was also then charged with resisting arrest. Webb said he plans on filing a wrongful arrest lawsuit against the department, believing the deputy who detained him was out to get him. I'm tired of police thinking they are above the Constitution of the Bill of Rights. Like the whole time, he was just really rude. He just felt like his goal was to get me in jail, Webb added. He also claimed he's never had any issues with his sticker. I've had parents drive by with their kids taking pictures. They point, laugh, giggle, and they go about their day. Shouldn't police officers spend their time serving and protecting communities and not putting Floridians over for speech that is already protected by the First Amendment? Using this excuse as a child would see and ask questions is absurd. He goes on. He's got a court date on May 23rd. Good luck to you, buddy. I hope I hope he enjoys all that ass that he eats, you know?
For once, I actually don't disagree with Florida Man. It's I feel like police have much bigger fish to fry than busting somebody on a bumper sticker.
Yeah, this is good. Let's go. I got time for one more.
Yeah.
And I had 4 more, but I'll save the other 3 for another time. Let's go with this one because the headline seems funny. And this is a Florida man led officers on a wild chase in a stolen police car before he crashed it. Then he stole a second police car. In Volusia County, officials say 33-year-old Xavier Cummings has managed to steal a marked Cocoa Police Department patrol car, then took off on the I-95 Thursday. Cummings was able to jump out of the car and got into a Cocoa Police K-9 vehicle that had been parked at the scene, unlocked with the keys in the ignition. Cummings got into their car, and an officer used the taser, hitting him in the torso, but it had no effect. Bath salts. Cummings continued driving north on I-95 in the second stolen cruiser at a high rate of speed until officers used stop sticks, which made the cars go off the highway into a muddy median where Cummings was eaten by an alligator. Just kidding. I added that part. He was just taken into custody. No injuries were reported. So, it says Cummings later told investigators he believed he had consent to take the vehicle by mental telepathy, officials said. He said he had to get to the next city and later said he was traveling to Tallahassee. A report said Cummings showed signs of experiencing mental health issues. With the name Xavier and telepathy, maybe he is Professor X. Maybe that's all that it was,
There you go. I like it.
And I know we're going to commercial. And last Florida man story. The Jaguars signed Tim Tebow today. Tim Tebow starts. He's like a 53-year-old tight end now.
Right.
Now he's like 33. But there you go. That's Florida Man this week. We'll see you next Thursday with more fun, crazy, zany, weird, obscene, eating ass stories. I'm sure less will eat ass.
Folks, that does do it for Florida Man. When we come back, we've got a segment called More Hilarious Amazon Reviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Okay, what are you wearing right now?
Nothing.
That's right. So mommy's going to teach you how to dress yourself. Underwear always comes first, name tag at the back, then pants, then shirt. Get the first button in the right hole or you have to start all over. Socks going first, then shoes, right on right, left on left. With shoelaces, just take the ends, cross them over, switch the loops, the rabbit goes down the hole, pull tight, and you're left with bunny ears. Got it? Why are your pants on your head?
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier, and it could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. Visit 2min2x.org to find out more. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
This message is for all of you sitting in the passenger seat. And apologies if it gets a little uncomfortable. But how does it feel to be at the mercy of someone who thinks a random text is more important than your life? Someone who takes their eyes off the road while speeding along in a 3-ton hunk of steel. Freaky, right? Well, why not just ask them to stop? Or better yet, volunteer to text for them. It might be a little awkward, but believe me, you'll live.
Learn more at stoptextsstopwrecks.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration.
We are live outside the home of Joe and Rosie Goddard, where a pretty big tickle fight broke out just minutes ago. Sources say their father instigated the laughter. Let's go inside for a comment. Apparently, they have no comment. Dads, let this be a reminder that it only takes a moment to make a moment. Call 877-4DAD-411 or visit fatherhood.gov. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services and the Ad Council.
How's it going?
I'm having a stroke.
Are you going to shake my hand?
I'm having a stroke.
Wow, you're not even moving your arm.
I'm having a stroke.
When someone is having a stroke, they may not be able to say it with words, but their body language will tell you loud and clear. Look for FAST. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911 immediately. Know the sudden signs. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
Hello, Kubo. What have you got planned for today?
Come on, this way.
Adventure can be found anywhere, but the best place to start is in the forest.
It's the most powerful magic there is.
Head outside to discover incredible animals.
Wow.
And beautiful plants that come together to create an unforgettable adventure. So grab your loved ones and explore a world of possibilities. Visit discovertheforest.org to find the closest forest or park to you. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the U.S. Forest Service.
My teacher said that we should have a plan in case of an emergency. Do we have one?
First thing I'm going to do is grab a flashlight with dead batteries.
I'm going to start randomly throwing clothes in the bag. You two will be hiding in the closet and Dad won't be able to find you.
And that's when we both start crying.
Uncontrollably. Can you pass the cutlets?
Winging it is not an emergency plan. Make sure your kids know what to do during an emergency, who to call, where to meet, what to pack. Search Ready Kids at nyc.gov or call 311. Brought to you by the New York City Office of Emergency Management and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix Radio Show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. Indeed. This is the Kristian Fenix Radio Show, and we are all over social media. You may be watching us as we speak on Facebook Live or YouTube Live. Now, you can also stream us on your smart TV or mobile device by simply downloading the ngbn.tv app and just finding the Fenix Media channel on there. You can get this and other great Fenix Media shows as well. Tony, you look like you're anticipating me listing off the podcast, which is in the next segment.
Oh, I'm thrown off. Well, I was gonna say, I was gonna ask, is the world ending in Nevada where you're at? You've got birds smashing into your windows. It's snowing there. What the hell, man? You're stealing my thunder with the snow. It's usually me saying it's June and it's snowing here in Colorado. Cry me a river.
And it's snowing. I mean, giant snowflakes are coming down. It doesn't make any sense.
And right before the show, this big ass bird, we'll call him Big Bird, scared the shit out of Kristian. Just hit the window, and you could hear it like when I put the headphones on. Thunk! And you're like, "Whoa, what was that?"
Yeah.
That was off-air fun that you guys didn't get to see. It wasn't on air.
Definitely woke me up. I was a little groggy, but that one got the heart rate.
So you're saying you're woke now?
I'm totally woke.
Woke. Awesome. Well, welcome to 2021, sir. Glad you're woke.
Finishing off on my spiel, you can get us on social media. You can find me at Facebook at facebook.com/Kristian Fenix Radio. That's Kristian with a K. Fenix with an F, radio, of course, with an R. Or on Instagram and Twitter at Fenix Media Radio. Tony's available at facebook.com/Tony Spark. That's SPARK81. Or on Instagram at Tony.Sanfilippo81. Well, I wanted to revisit this segment, which we did a few weeks ago, just because I had so much fun with it. Reading hilarious Amazon reviews. Obviously, most of these aren't genuine reviews. People do them for the sake of the joke. But you know what? In most cases, they nailed it. So, you know what? We get another visit this week from Philip J. Fry with more hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
All right. This one is for an overhead rubber penguin mask, Happy Feet animal fancy dress. Basically, it's a giant penguin mask, sort of like those horse ones that you see people wear.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you got to have it, man. Hey, you got to have happy feet. Yeah.
Gave it 4 stars, and here's the review. I wear this mask to sing lullabies to my children. They are terrified of the mask. Whenever they protest about their bedtime or ask for too many sweets, I whip on the mask, and soon they know who is the king penguin. I could only imagine being in that room when...
How fun.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star. How this penguin wonders where you are.
Wow.
Moving on with hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
This is for a UFO detector, internal magnetometer interfaced with microcontroller for 24-hour, 7-day-a-week protection. Gave it 1 star, says 1 star is too much for this product. The review simply says, I don't know if this is a scam or if mine was broken, but it doesn't work and I'm still getting abducted by UFOs on a regular basis. That's
a good review. That's a good review. I like that one.
Oh, I love
that. Gets that. That gets that. That was good.
Moving on with more hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
This for the Nexus Silent Wired Mouse. 5 stars, works great. Says my girlfriend and I were on the verge of breaking up because I would keep her awake at night with my constant mouse clicking. Not anymore. Consider this relationship saved. This mouse is so silent she will sometimes forget I'm even home and invite her lover over. He's a pretty cool guy.
That just sets up a fun fake infomercial. Girlfriend ready to leave you? Are the clicks at night keeping her awake? With this wonderful wired mouse, now things will be silent when you're sexting your mistress. Thanks, Amazon. You saved our life.
2 thumbs up, 5 stars.
Click, click.
Let's keep rolling on, talking more hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
This one's short and sweet for the movie The Wolf of Wall Street, starring Leonardo DiCaprio, directed by Martin Scorsese. Gave it 1 star. The review simply says, there were no wolves in the movie.
This is true.
That's what you're going for? Then yes, you are correct.
There was a red hot Margot Robbie, though. First time I had seen her. I tell you, watching that movie Christmas Day with a bunch of old people in the theater, awkward.
I'm sure.
The whole scene between Leo and her, taco with the people.
Let's keep rolling on. More hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
This for Medifilin Pure Brown Seaweed Extract, 500 milligram, 90 capsules, 5 stars, amazing. Says, I give this to my cat and it cured him of autism. Also, since eating this product with meals 3 times a day, no more house ghosts. Boy, this thing does everything.
It does.
Gets autism.
Hey, man. So I got this seaweed, man. I bought it on Amazon. So this totally shit happens, man, because that ghost, that guy said, Fred, I kept seeing him at the stairs. He disappeared, man. Now Fred hangs out with me on the couch, and we watch The Walking Dead. It's the craziest thing, man. And my cat Whiskers, totally cured of autism, man. That cat's so smart, read me a bedtime story with a penguin mask we got on Amazon. You even wrote a review about it. This shit is legit, bro.
Speaking of legit, moving on with more hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
This is 5-star review for Microsoft Windows 95. I upgraded to Windows 95 from Windows 8. Well, it makes sense. Windows 95 is 88 better than Windows 8, right? Before, in Windows 8, I had to go to the ginormous start screen to launch a program on the desktop. But now in Windows 95, there is a start menu that makes launching programs much easier. A lot of the default programs that came with Windows 8 are in Windows 95, like Calculator, Paint, Notepad, etc. Notable and cool in Windows 95 is the briefcase. I can stick folders in it and bring the file up in another computer. Minesweeper is a great game in Windows 95 to try. Unlike Windows 8, MS-DOS games are fully compatible, so no need for DOSBox. Additionally, Windows 95 uses significantly less resources like hard disk space. So my hard drive went from 475 gigabytes out of 500 gigabytes with Windows 8 to 499 gigabytes out of 500 gigabytes with Windows 95. Some other useful features in Windows 95 are disk defrag for defragging your drive. That's hard to say. A scan disk for checking for disk errors. The thing I love most with Windows 95 is the simplicity. There is no other interface and not a bucket load of apps pre-installed. Windows 95 is overall a great OS, and I highly recommend it. I almost get the sense that that was a genuine review, or it was just so tongue-in-cheek that you had to sort of read between the lines.
The cream of the crop!
Hey, I'm sold, man. I cannot wait till Windows 95 drops. I'm looking forward to putting our show running through Windows 95. I'm sure it's going to get to somebody somewhere. We're totally going to let that all work out. I can't wait.
Well, we're on Windows 10, so Windows 95, still 85 better.
Yeah, hey, can't wait, man. Can't wait to save all those gigabytes.
Exactly.
I'm excited about that.
Moving on, more hilarious Amazon reviews.
Shut up and take my money.
Great science joke here. This is for the product uranium ore. Gave it 3 stars. Says great product, poor packaging. I purchased this project 4.47 billion years ago, and when I opened it, it was half empty.
Well, that's disappointing.
The half-life of uranium ore is 4.47 billion years.
Sad. Sad.
Oh, let's see. What's a good one to close out on?
What will you do?
All right. Well, let's go with this one just because, it's that sort of day. More Amazon reviews of the hilarious type.
Shut up and take my money.
The Honey male chastity device male wire cage, 5 stars, keeps my son from sinning. My son is going through starting puberty in the next year or so. Since his father left me and I am now raising him on my own, I bought one of these for him to wear when he is not being supervised. It is well made, and I made sure he is unable to take it off without removing the lock. I know it is a great product because he absolutely hates it. I don't enjoy seeing him unhappy, but I enjoy the peace of mind knowing that he isn't messing around at school, sinning at night, and most of all, I'm glad he is remaining pure for the Lord. He is counting the days, 8 years, until he is old enough to join the seminary and be able to take it off. Great product. Thanks again.
Okay. Is it like the chastity belt that you saw in Robin Hood Men in Tights?
A little bit. It's a metal cage shaped phallically, and the unit goes in there, and it's locked up for him to no longer sin.
The Honey Sinner. The Honey Sinner, huh? Wow. There you go.
That does it for this segment. When we come back, we're heading to the final segment of the show. You know what that means. It's time for This Day in History. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
This is Mario Andretti. You know me as a race car driver, but I'm also a Meals on Wheels volunteer. I've raced against the sport's biggest personalities, but I've never met more vibrant, amazing people than the seniors served by Meals on Wheels. You can make a difference by dropping off a hot meal and saying a quick hello. So, America, let's do lunch. Volunteer your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org.
This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
People been saying to your friend, get a different face, and posting on their feed, they're super ugly. The things they say to them online are cruel and they're not true. So tell your friend, I'll stand up for you. Don't worry, I know what to do.
Know someone being bullied online? You can be a witness and make a difference by letting the world know it isn't cool and by letting your friend know you care. Learn more at eyewitnessbullying.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council.
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. But he's a part of me, like my arms and legs, so I'll be his. No time for tired. Nothing can disable this love. He needs me, but I'm the lucky one, even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Allison is perfect. I mean, she'd never tell you that. She's humble and perfect. She likes everyone, She even likes her untidy roommate's weird guinea pig. Allison, wait, are you texting and driving? Allison, no. That's the exact opposite of what I was just saying about you. Why, Allison? Why? Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org, brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I'm Paul George of the Indiana Pacers. When I was 6, my days were spent playing basketball. When I was 6, my dream was to make it to the NBA. When I was 6, my mom had a stroke. So I want you to learn to spot a stroke fast. F-A-S-T. F, face drooping. A, arm weakness. S, speech difficulty. T, time to call 911. I'm Paul George. Spot a stroke fast. Visit strokeassociation.org. Brought to you by the American Stroke Association and the Ad Council.
My name is Lola Silvestri, and I'm going to be 95 this year. I was very independent. I fell, and I had to have Meals on Wheels. America, let's do lunch.
1 in 6 seniors faces the threat of hunger, and millions more live in isolation. Drop off a hot meal and say a quick hello. Volunteer for Meals on Wheels by donating your lunch break at americaletsdolunch.org. This message brought to you by Meals on Wheels America and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fenix Media. Listen live and explore more great shows at phoenixmedia.us. Get everything you need for the Kristian Fenix radio show over at phoenixmedia.us or on Facebook at facebook.com/Fenix Media Radio. Now back to the show. And we are back, folks. We made it to the final segment of this episode of the Kristian Fenix radio show. Now, if you missed a portion of the show or want to go back and catch up on any of the previous shows, it's easy enough to do so. Head over to phoenixmedia.us, click on the show's link, scroll on down to the Kristian Fenix radio show. From there, you can get video, you can get audio as well, or head over to wherever you get podcasts. Apple, Google, Stitcher, Spotify, Anchor, Breaker, TuneIn, iHeart, Doozer, Dozer, Geezer, Gozer.
Are you a god?
I don't give a shit.
A rare Gilbert Gottfried appearance on the show.
There you go. Why am I not surprised?
While you're there, folks, be sure to subscribe. That way you always have the latest episode. Leave a review. Let us know what you think and tell your friends, because why, Tony?
Oh.
I don't give a shit.
Sharing is caring. I was hoping to play that instead of that weird delay, but yeah, sharing is caring. Share us, love us, like us, spread us around.
Exactly. Well, folks, we like to do this segment each and every day, drop a little knowledge on you, hopefully make you laugh at the same time. It is time for This Day in History.
Traversing the globe for the stories that turn the world on its head. It's This Day in History with your correspondent on the beat,
Kristian Fenix.
Thanks, Siri. All right, kicking off This Day in History, this day in 325, the First Council of Nicaea. It's the first ecumenical council of Christian bishops at Nicaea, Asia Minor. Tony, do you see the picture of St. Nicholas?
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. St. Nicholas has a throbbing head. Now, that's not Jolly St. Nick, man. This dude looks like an alien.
I was going to say,
like one of those
UFO detector.
Yeah, he does. It's like a Snapchat filter. It's like the skinny little face and this big ass head, and then like this, like when it goes down to the chin, it's like fat. I am St. Nicholas, and I am the great bishop of Myra.
Looks like he wants to invade your mind.
Yeah, he does. That's an alien, straight up, bro. Straight up.
Moving on, this day in 1498, Portuguese explorer Vasco da Gama arrives in Calicut, India, becoming the first European to reach India by sea. These explorers, obviously, they had to do quite a lot, to find undiscovered areas, at least to the Europeans. But, I think he succeeded where a lot of people think that Christopher Columbus failed in looking for India, the New World.
Yeah, a lot of explorers. Like, again, you go back to the 1400s, the late 1400s, the fact that there were ships and people that actually went out and got out on the open sea and just let it take them somewhere, insane. It's crazy to think. Yeah. Like, who's building the ships back then?
Right.
Like, who's thinking like, we got this thing that can float on water. Let's build this big ass ship, and then all we need are these, the sails. I don't know what they made them out of back then, but crazy to think about.
Yeah, and at that point, still a lot of people think that the Earth was flat, and just to trust that you're out on the open sea and that you won't fall off the edge of the Earth. Good for them.
Yeah. Nuts. Crazy to think, even like if you really think about it too, the clothing they had and stuff, like who the hell's making that?
Yeah, all by hand.
Nuts.
Moving on. This date in 1609, Shakespeare's sonnets are first published in London, perhaps illicitly by publisher Thomas Thorpe. Tony, what is your favorite Shakespearean sonnet?
To be or not to be, that is the question. My favorite Shakespeare will always be Great Expectations. And I ain't going to say why. Because it was dirty. I don't want to say it on there.
Yeah. Let's move on with this day in 1862. U.S. President Abraham Lincoln signs into law the Homestead Act to provide cheap land for the settlement of the American West. Wow. It's one of those things that, obviously we live in the American West. We're thankful for it, but a lot of bad things happened in order to make that settlement.
Yeah. And there is no cheap land anymore.
Nope.
At all.
Not so
California, can't even be a homeless guy and live there. Can't survive.
Moving on, this day in 1873, Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis patent the first blue jeans with copper rivets. And, obviously, I think we all have him to thank for the jeans that we wear today, even if you're not wearing brand name Levi's.
Yep. And Jacob Davis, man, that guy got shit on. His name's nowhere to be mentioned in it. It's just Levi Strauss.
Not on the jeans, not on the 49ers stadium. It's nowhere.
Jacob, don't worry. We'll call it Levi Strauss. It's great. No, I promise. We're going to put your name in the rivets. Well, it's going to be the inside rivets where they don't see it, but it's going to be on the rivets.
Poor bastard.
You came up with the copper rivets. I got you, bro. It's on the inside.
Moving on, this day in 1891, the first public display of Thomas Edison's prototype kinetoscope to members of the National Federation of Women's Club. And again, whether he stole it or legitimately invented it, we still have him to thank for what we're doing today, being on the internet over video, connecting over 1,000 miles away to bring you guys stupid, hilarious entertainment.
Can you imagine that dude back in the day just pops out behind the corner? Ooh, an idea. And it's the same picture. Ooh, idea?
Heads straight on down to the patent office and claims it as his own.
Yep. It was mine.
Moving on, this day in 1927 at 7:40 a.m., Charles Lindbergh takes off from New York to cross the Atlantic for Paris aboard the Spirit of St. Louis, the very first nonstop flight between continents.
Hey, it's awesome he made it, but like we always say on this show, you don't want to be the first one to try some of these things.
Nope.
That's a big flight, man. It's a lot of water between New York and Paris. A lot of water.
Case in point, this day in 1932, Amelia Earhart leaves Newfoundland on her journey to become the first woman to fly solo and nonstop across the Atlantic. I don't know if this was her fateful flight, if she actually made it, but again, don't want to be the first.
No, that must not be, but I like that it's an actual picture. It's not a weird artist rendition.
Yeah, typically once you get into the 1900s, it's all going to be photos, not a whole lot of paintings after that.
Yeah.
All right, let's keep rolling on. This day in 1968, Terence O'Neill, then Northern Ireland Prime Minister, is showered with eggs, flour, and stones after meeting of the Woodvale Unionist Association, a loyalist vigilante group. I don't know. I mean, if I was going to be pelted with something, eggs and flour, okay, maybe not so bad. Stones.
Stones, yeah. Well, some of it was probably like, I'm going to hit that son of a bitch with eggs. No, I'm going to hit that son of a bitch with flour. Bitch, I got stones.
I got stones for days, and it costs nothing. Moving on, this date in 1979, Elton John is the first Western pop star to tour the USSR. Again, that would be a scary proposition.
Yeah. And that was, I don't know what his big hits were in the 70s, late 70s, but good for him.
Yeah, most of them were pre-1980.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of the 1980s, this day in 1983, American heavyweight boxer Larry Holmes beats countryman Tim Witherspoon in a split decision to retain his WBC title at the Dunes Hotel and Casino in Las Vegas.
I can't even say down goes Witherspoon because it was a split decision. So it was just by somebody like, who's the bigger draw? Everybody knows Larry Holmes. Tim Witherspoon, never heard of her. Larry Holmes by decision.
Never heard of her?
Yeah, that was intended. That was pun intended.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Moving on, this day in 1989, Toonces the Cat takes the wheel on Saturday Night Live, back when Saturday Night Live was still funny.
Who's the hell is Toonces the Cat?
That was the cat that drove... How do you not remember Toonces the Cat?
I don't know what the hell Toonces the Cat is.
I'm
I know
disappointed.
Eek the Cat. I know Garfield.
YouTube it. You'll find it. All right.
Well, it must be done by Phil Hartman because they show him. But I don't know what the hell.
He was usually the passenger. Yeah. All right. And then finally here on this day in history, this day in 2012, the 20th Billboard Music Awards, Adele, age 21, was the big winner. And just watched Skyfall the other day. God, what a hauntingly good song that she did for that.
Yeah. She's a J. She's super talented. I don't know why I just sounded like Yoda when I did that. Hey, Adele, hauntingly good you are. Skyfall, Bond James, he is 007, I fear.
And then finally, before we head out for the today,
Today, Junior.
Let's run down some of today's holidays, where we talk about the things that we like to celebrate. For instance, today is Be a Millionaire Day. Okay.
Oh, I would love to. Who wouldn't want to be a millionaire? Yeah.
Today is Brown Baggett Day. Today is Flower Day, just in general, Flower Day. It is International Red Sneakers Day. So, Tony, bust out those red sneakers. It is National Hummus Day.
Hummus.
It is International Clinical Trials Day. Again, don't want to be the first there. It is Global Accessibility Awareness Day. So help somebody out in a wheelchair. It is National Rescue Dog Day, something I can get behind. National Aperitif Day. It is National Quiche Lorraine Day. Boy, that was a hard one to get out. It is National Notebook Day. It is World Autoimmune Arthritis Day. It is Pick Strawberries Day, Weights and Measures Day, and finally World Bee Day. Gotta love those bees. Well, folks, that does it for our show today. We will be back tomorrow on a Friday with good news, everyone. Enjoy your Thursday. We'll see you all then.
Peace.
Thank you.